In this video, I want to talk about basic navigation and how to sort of understand the Adobe InDesign interface. So let me just go back to the master page and remove that logo. I don't want it there. I'm just going to select it and delete it. And then let's go back to page 1. Okay, so don't forget you can scroll with your mouse and you can go up and down the document. And you can also press the W key to go into preview mode. So it's always best to work in preview mode if you want to sort of get a gauge of what the portfolio will look like on screen. So the first thing is where do these floating windows come from? Well, they come under the window menu, and I usually have the swatches on my screen, so I have my swatches there, and you can also have your type window, which is your character window, and your paragraphs. They actually come together. So if you choose character, Command T is the shortcut, you get this little character window, and that's for typing, and you've also got paragraph specs as well. So I usually have those two. And then you've got lots of different tools. Now I'm just going to draw something really basic just to sort of show you. Let me just draw a basic rectangle. Okay, so at the moment, these colors are really important. So let's just have a look. I'll bring that closer. So when you draw something, you might find that this icon is at the front. That's your outline color. And so you can change that. If I make that blue, you'll see it changes here. If I make it magenta, and these are default colors. If I want to fill the shape, I can click on this little square, and that's the fill, and I can change that into another color. So that's foreground and background, if you like, or foreground and line color. And then if you want to type some text and you want to change the color of the text, this is how this works. You click on the type tool, and then you press and draw a text box, and you'll see your cursor is blinking. I might just press W to hide the guidelines. I'll do that later. So I'm going to type in, let's say I'm going to type in Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey. So from here, the type icon appears up here. That tells me that I can now select the text and I can change the color of the text. As long as that says T, I can change the text color. And you can see that's now gone to red. Now, to make it bigger, I can bring in the character window, and I can certainly make it bigger. And I can certainly change the font as well. So I've got different fonts that I've brought in, specialty fonts if you like. So, and I can make that bold, and I can change the lettering, but we'll talk about type a little bit later on. So essentially, that's how you affect the color. Even if I select the text with my move tool, now this tool here is the move tool, I can move that around. I can move it above the box, and I can also change the color of the text even with the move tool, providing I make sure that the T is activated, the T in the swatches, and then I can change that to another color. If the T wasn't activated, let's say it was this one that was activated, and I clicked on magenta, I'm going to create a colored text box, which I don't want. Command Z again is your best friend when you're creating anything in InDesign, as it would with any Adobe program. So now let's look at bring to front and send to back. Now again, you can do this with a right click. You can right click, you've got lots of options here. So to arrange the text and send it to the back, you can just right click, choose arrange and send to back, and now it's behind the box. And the same with the box, if you right click it, you can send that behind. And so that's another way of sort of manipulating what's on the screen. Now zooming in and out, you've got your view options up here, and yes, you can go Command plus and Command minus. There's also other shortcuts, like if you go Command 1, it'll take you to 100% view, Command 2, 200% view, and Command 4, 400% view. You can also hold down the space bar, and that will give you a little grabber hand, and you can move things into view. So how do I know this is 400% view? Well, it tells me over here. This tells me the percentage. Now, if you want to go back to sort of fit in window view, which is also under the view menu, fit page and window, you can see it's Command 0, not O, Command 0. So if I go Command 0 now, I'm back to fit in window. And the other thing that you might want to know about zooming is that you can also apply the spacebar and the Command key together, and that brings up your zoom tool. So you can actually click exactly where you want to zoom to, and InDesign will take you there. And if you add the Option key, so it's spacebar Command Option, you can zoom back. And that's one that I use a lot. Spacebar by itself is the grabber hand. And then, of course, if you zoom in really close and you want to use the grabber hand, you can bring things into view that way. So that's just a few little navigational techniques. You'll notice I've got the ruler up on my screen. So View Rulers is under View, of course. Now, from the ruler, you can press and drag these blue guidelines onto the screen. So you've got vertical ones and horizontal ones. And this might be important if you want to line things up, if you want to kind of create your own grid. At any time, you can go to View and you can either hide the guides or you can clear them. You can get rid of them. So remember that. And then I think that's all for now. We'll leave it at that. So have a bit of fun navigating your way around the InDesign page.